awesome. You are like a chasm of random emojis. I love it. So, yay, we have a lot of people here. My invitation for everyone is please put yourself on orange. And that way you can control if somebody's wanting to join on you. The only request is please meet them down in the entrance and explain to them what event this is, what's going on, and let them know what you're doing here so that if they want to join, they know where to jump in. So that being said, I'm also realizing the top of my sticker. Oh, no, it's just bent. That being said, I'm not here to facilitate this. I'm here to set it up and have other people start to facilitate this. Hey, Crescent, welcome. Go ahead and resize your emoji and jump in. Everybody's standing on neutral because we're going to start this soon. So we have 4 spots available today. One is who would like to MC it, which is what I'm starting to do here. And what we do is kind of living coaching. So we coach along the way. So even though Venya and I will be in the audience, we'll still be coaching you as you go. And then the other spots are 1 person per question to facilitate this discourse.
Yes. If I may also cut in.
Sure.
The other thing is one of the major reasons we are so well attended, and also why this is a special street epistemology, is because for the next 6 weeks, we will have quite a few people here who are also taking the Civil Discourse in Virtual Worlds course. And that means that a lot of these individuals, if you want to raise your hand, if you want to identify yourself as a student of the course, these people are all actually learning how to facilitate events just like this. So a lot of them are going to be expected to be hosting some of these events. If you are a part of that course set, don't feel too much pressure because we have 6 more of these, right? But you will need to select and facilitate at least one of these sessions for the set. So some of you, if you want to get some checks off on your certifications, this is a good time to do it now early, or if you want to wait until later, you're also welcome to. I just don't want you to feel pressured for doing it as soon as possible, right? We have a lot to learn still over the course of the next 6 weeks. So no pressure, don't worry about it. The event doesn't actually change for anyone not included in the course. We're just going to continue as normal week over week. Awesome. So that's my kind of sort of announcement there.
No, that's awesome. Thank you, Venya. So just to clarify, though, when you say facilitates this event, do you mean they become the MC or do you mean they facilitate one of the questions?
Facilitating one of the questions.
Oh, okay. So some people here who are in that class have already done that, but they can do it again over the next 6 weeks. Okay. So does anybody...
They have to do it again in order to do it officially.
I see. So even if you've tried, do it one more time. Does anybody want to MC this who knows this event, has been to it multiple times, and would like to kind of be the in-between person coordinating how people step up? No very enthusiastic raising of hands. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Now we can... Oh, did you raise your hand, Proactive?
I did, yes.
Hey, okay. Go for it then. You can explain the norms and solicit the 3 questioners, and let's see who we get. Hop up
Sounds good. Last time I did this, I just put emojis and I forgot what was what. Now, what is the exact process you do for this? Because I see it done differently.
Okay, yeah. So the first part is we talk about norms, like how do we support each other as a group so that this does end up being some level of conflict, but it also stays kind. And so just getting a couple insights from the group on how we can make sure that we're following the goals of transforming versus being right or wrong. This isn't about being right or wrong, it's about transforming. So does anybody have reflections on what that means? Like how you're going to do that, especially if you haven't been part of this before and you know you can get kind of heated if somebody's arguing something important. Welcome, Zert.
Thank you.
How do we...
I could
Take care of each
speak
other.
on that. That the goal is to come, with the idea of. I'm sorry, I was just munching right before I unmuted. You want to kind of be willing to move yourself as much as you are looking for any, like you said, transformative. You're looking for any sort of, it's about discourse. It's about hearing the other side and truly paying attention to, what they're bringing to the table, not just, like you said, trying to score points, winning.
Yeah. We're here to change ourselves, not change each other. And by the nature of making that goal, I'm here to change myself. It is going to change people because as I transform, it's transformative for others. But every time I do this event, and I've been hosting this event most of the time for the last 7 months, I always learn new pieces. And I learn them from people's hearts and their playfulness and their silliness. But it sticks with me. I can tell you things people said 6 months ago about some of these statements that we put up. So this is a way to listen differently. Thank you, Carl. Do you want to pull on one more person? Or do you want to move on to other norms like say hello, say goodbye?
Oh, this is addressed at me.
Yeah.
All right, so I suppose we could have someone come up here and say the first question. How about that?
Move on. Okay. So yeah. I kind of gave you those norms in general, but the first part of emceeing is making sure everybody's on the same page. Does anybody have questions about norms? Or is anybody planning to leave early? Because one of our norms is to say goodbye. So we want to make sure that everybody understands you impact the space by being here, and you also impact the space by leaving. Yeah, Bunny.
So some people that came with us asked how long it was, and I said, I don't know, maybe an hour, but I'm going to say 90 minutes. So maybe tell everybody how long it is.
Yeah, so this spot is open for 2 hours. We used to have it as 90 minutes, and that always made it really crowded at the end. So we have it open for 2. And the very last part is where we circle up as a group and we appreciate each other and we acknowledge that no matter how loud or quiet somebody is, we all have impact. So be listening to each other with the knowledge you're going to be thrown an appreciation ball and you get to find somebody who hasn't been appreciated to acknowledge something they brought, whether it's their avatar or something deeper that impacted you and helped you grow. Pokemon ball. Yeah.
Pokemon.
So for a lot of, for clarification, for Proactive and other students in the course, I won't do this too much. One of the main things that we're going to learn in Unit 3, which is setting up the environment. Your jobs as facilitators will always boil down to doing 2 things. You can always remember whenever you set up events, just do these 2 things. So the first thing is you want to set a precedent. And what that means is we are setting up the space for how we're going to interact with one another. That's what we're doing here. And setting the precedent is always going to be about setting the boundaries, how long the event will be, how we interact with each other, i.e. community guidelines, and what the intention is going to be. So as long as you just focus on what's the precedence every time you interact, then the second part will always come naturally. And the second part you're going to be building for your job is building momentum. And momentum is just about saying, hey, we want these things to exist in this space. How do we build momentum so that everyone is exhibiting those behaviors and something transformative comes out of it? So as long proactive as you decide to set the intention and the precedent for an action or a space, you should be doing perfectly fine. Don't worry about itemizing yourself throughout the interaction. Just remember, you're setting a precedent for other people to build the momentum of an interaction, right?
Probably have to see this and repeat it at some point.
Totally fine. I'll actually type it out for you as well.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, show of emojis. Who is ready for proactive to initiate our first question and tell us how to play this game? Actually, I think you need to ask people who's volunteering for each question. That's the MC role. So,
All right.
emojis.
So, who wants to be? I'm not going to tell you which question. We're going to say who wants to be the first question, who wants to be the second, who wants to be the third. So you're going to go into this blind.
Oh, but they probably have read it, so it's okay for you to just read it out loud.
Just pretend it's not there. Pretend it's not there.
Well, they don't necessarily even know what the question layers are, so that would be good to explain also.
Yes, that does help.
Yeah, do you know what those
Okay.
question
All right,
layers
so
are?
what's our first one?
Hmm?
All right. Yeah.
The first
So
question
our first
layer...
one is going to be
Oh, go ahead, Vinya.
pineapples are eating our tongue when we consume them. So this one's a little bit silly.
Yeah.
So
First question.
Proactive, do you want to find out who wants to do that one?
Okay. Is anyone eager to do that?
Pineapples are eating our tongue. Who would like to... If you've been to this event before, you are eligible to facilitate a question. Who would like to facilitate? Pineapples are eating our tongue. Use an emoji because there's a lot of
Be
people here.
vocal.
So
We've got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have any... Oh, okay. We've got Theo. Theo would like to facilitate. You kind of look like a pineapple, so that would sort of work for you. Okay.
Very nice.
So number 2.
All right.
Is agree
So,
to
who would like to
left
be
or
number
right?
2? Or you know what? We'll just
don't know.
progress one at a time. That sounds a bit easier.
Disagrees to the right, agrees to the left.
Let's get all the questions lined up right now, because otherwise it'll become slower.
All right. Well, second question would be, all VR and AR glasses should be called goggles.
Who has been here before and would
Who would
like to
like-
facilitate that one?
I'll go with the second questions.
Okay, Lau is number 2.
Wow.
Wonderful. Then I'll say number 3. This one's a little more serious. Cigarettes should be banned worldwide. Anyone feel strongly enough for that one? That's...
Oh, Carl's going to do it.
That one.
Looks like
Yay.
Carl.
There we go.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah, awesome.
If I did,
Let's jump in.
erase the disagree lines.
Okay. Now, this is where I explain the whole process.
Sure.
Yep. So now you're setting precedent again, and that precedent this time is the rules of engagement. How exactly does all this work?
Okay. So you all see these wonderful lines, multicolored, that have been drawn. Where you're standing now is a neutral line, and it represents how you feel about, well, the topic. If you feel you resonate in a neutral way, then you stay there. And if you have a, my goodness, agree, mild disagree, or strongly disagree on that opinion, you go to the appropriate line. And it's the same for mildly disagree and strongly disagree. Now, this will happen all at once. It won't happen individually, at least here. I know different people do it different ways. And we'll have the first person read the first question.
Okay.
That was you,
So-
Theo, correct?
Let's everyone welcome Theo to doing the first go. Yeah?
Woo. Yep.
Emojis, support.
Yay. Theo's going to
So
facilitate
I
this
got that
one.
problem too. A quick fix is to set your shields to
Congratulations.
none. Go to
And
shields.
please,
And Theo,
Get your avatars as
If you
small
wouldn't
as you
mind,
can
Theo.
so you can get on the line.
Wow.
and Theo, I would love it if you could make yourself a little bit bigger so that everyone can see you. Yep. We'll talk about this in the course as well about managing that.
That didn't change it.
Yeah, perfect. All right,
All
let's
right.
get started. Let's.
Everybody on the line.
Do
Etmer,
this.
Armani, and
Oh.
Proactive.
Sorry, Astro. I don't know
Everybody
what
get
else
in
to
line.
tell you
A little
to.
clustered here.
You You can get really tiny avatars.
Even smaller?
As
Tiny
small as you can
avatars,
get.
everybody.
I'll squeeze on in here.
Including
We're all the same size when it comes to our words, so please allow yourself to be in the same lines.
Love
starting
that.
up. So
That's
we got
awesome.
our first
That's
question.
amazing.
Pineapples are eating our tongue when we consume them. All right, we have to really think about this.
I'm
Are we
using
gonna-
finger tracking.
Are we going to disagree, or are we going to agree with this statement? The choice is yours, and we'll discuss this starting from each side on why they agree. They think the other side is choosing their agrees and disagrees. So on the count of 3, from pineapples are eating our tongues when we consume them, you're going to split off into the lines of agree and disagree.
Disagree.
Everyone get ready.
Make sure you vote with yourself.
1, 2, 3.
I already forgot which one it was.
You can run up to the
right
front
is disagree, and left
Disagree
is
right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We'll get on this line. Look at that. What a cool spectrum. Every time.
Spread.
Woo.
Like
Okay.
toast.
Okay.
Wow.
Like toast. Like butter on toast.
So
Yeah.
we'll start with the right side of agree that pineapples are eating our tongues when we consume them. So we'll start first with Venia. Venia, why do you think the other side of pineapples are eating our tongue when we consume them? They think that's not the case.
So Haster.
So I think
Zert.
I'm looking at everyone on the other side, and I'm wondering what their perspective on chemistry and solvents might be. Because if pineapples are a solid and it's not quite yet in a liquid state or anything like that, then when it's interacting with the tongue, not enough of the pineapple has been consumed to actually reach solvency until it goes to their stomach. So my thought is some people might think it just hasn't been consumed yet. And then the other argument that I could imagine on the other side is we're bigger than them. So we're higher on the food chain. There's absolutely no way pineapple could possibly be consuming us.
Wow.
Anyone on the disagree side?
Strongly disagree. Yeah. We're looking for strongly
anything-
disagrees first.
Was there
So-
anything that emanated from Venia's point? So what we're doing is we're collecting each other's points across the board to understand why the other person's on that other side.
Yep. So the names, actually, we just lost somebody maybe. Was there somebody at the end of that one that just disappeared? Huh. Okay, so Haster and Curious are the 2 people we're looking for right now. Basically, the more strongly you are feeling about a point, the more likely you're going to get called on, so you can let us know if that's your perspective. So Haster or Kibble, did that hit you? Nope, not Kibble.
Okay.
Not Haster.
Same.
Okay. You struck
We'll
out.
now move on to George. Why you think that pineapples are eating our tongue when we consume them, that it's not true.
Theo, this would actually be George, figuring out what they're thinking. Yeah. Why that's not true.
Yes.
You got it. Go ahead, George.
Oh, yeah, I have some guesses. It's because pineapples are autotrophic by definition. They basically feed on sun and soil. Humans are neither sun nor soil. They will not grow on human corpses. They will never grow on human corpses. So there's no possible way for them to consume us. But guess what? Humans can grow from pineapples. It only works one way, folks.
Ooh.
My. No,
Can you do me a favor?
I mean, that was
Can you
me.
define
that was very creative, but
autotrophic?
not me.
Oh, you got it. You got Hester. Well done.
No.
No, that's not
No,
Oh.
it was creative, but not what I was going for.
you. Oh, 2 strikeouts.
That's an interesting request.
Yeah.
I had to Google what autotrophic meant.
That's so true.
It was
Yeah, what
not
is
very
it?
much.
Technically, it's the ability of an organism to create its own energy source. Although literally it's relying on the sun, so it's kind of a strange definition, but that's what it means.
Cool.
So is photosynthesis a form of autotrophic digestion?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Well, it was a
Alright.
good guess, but you did strike out, George. So now we'll move on to Bunny. Why you think pineapple are eating our tongues when we consume them? Why the other side thinks
Why I
that's
think
not
that.
true?
Hmm
Why do you
I think they think it's not true because when they eat pineapple, they eat it with cottage cheese, and the cottage cheese neutralizes the
So
bromelain.
you've never
So
had
it is
it.
therefore not eating the
Mhm.
tongue.
There you go. You neutralize. You take the
Any-
teeth out.
Or sorry, bromelain.
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 Shiver. What?
Anyone on that
no,
side kind
cottage
of
cheese is so good.
agree?
What are you talking about?
I've never had cottage cheese with pineapple, so
So it's not
Well,
Hester and
you're
not
good.
curious.
Dairy
Dairy.
or
I-
cooked.
Nice.
You're
Bunny, I got this
neutralizing
for
the
you.
bromelain.
Wow, everybody's striking out.
3 strikes. 3 strikes, but it's not baseball, so we have a couple more on this line. Crescent Dawn, why do you think that pineapples are not eating our tongues when they consume them? Why they would, or why you think they are on that side?
Honestly, George kind of stole my answer, to be fair.
Ah,
I was gonna say literally the same thing.
lovely.
But if I had to improvise on the spot, pineapples don't have teeth or a mouth, therefore they're not eating you as you're eating it.
Okay. Very good fundamental answer.
There's no
to see-
grinding. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did anyone
So was it a
crack on
hit?
that side?
Oh, you got
Ooh.
Hester.
Oh, whoa.
You got Hester? Oh, no
We got
teeth.
someone.
Yeah, pineapples
My
don't
improv
even use
skills are
dentures.
second
Well
to
done.
none.
You didn't get kibble.
Didn't get kibble.
Unfortunately,
Right.
yeah.
Zert,
We got
bring
one.
us home.
And now Zert, why do you think that they disagree with pineapples eating our tongues?
Well, I unfortunately am allergic to pineapple.
Oh.
And I did not join the right side. So
It is eating your tongue. It's eating all of you if you eat it. Okay, I gotcha.
but the human race will fight back.
Nice. It can't win at eating us, is what
It will never win at eating us, no, because I will eat all the pineapple no matter. I love the human race, and I will eat as much pineapple
Even if it kills you.
as possible, even if it kills me.
Wow, Zert, I feel
I
you.
love America.
I'm half
Don't
allergic
phantom
also.
allergic
I feel
reaction.
you.
Don't throw pineapples at her. She's gonna have a
Oh
phantom
no, I
allergic
don't want an
reaction. Stop.
anaphylactic Google emoji. Yeah,
It's
no.
fine.
Okay. Wow. Did that
So
get
no,
anybody?
My tongue is tingling.
Did we get anyone on that side?
Curious was your
No,
reason.
kibble is still
No.
up.
Kibble's still up. All
Oh.
right. You didn't get kibble.
What was my
Alright.
reason?
Well,
We'll now move for their side, so we can have time, right, to switch.
Kind of. Yeah. We still are going to hear Kibble's perspective
I
that
wanna know
we
what
didn't
Kibble-
get.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll switch.
we will need the sample, but yeah.
My-
So curious. What do we get?
Yeah.
What did we miss?
My reason was it felt wrong. It just felt really wrong.
Felt really wrong. All
Just
right.
felt
Your
really
gut
wrong.
said no.
Yeah,
And
it was
also-
like, no.
Notably,
I told him.
his name is Curious Kibble, and so this is like a sacrilegious question. If the kibble is trying to eat you, Kibble's like, absolutely not. It's curious, but it's not going to eat you. So well done, Curious. Protecting.
Wait, I'd
curiosity.
also like to say, way to embody that grumpy gear. Way to embody a feelings perspective.
Nice. He's just like, no.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Exactly. Lau's got it. Yours is like, nuh-uh. That's your argument. Cool. Okay, go ahead, Theo. Let's switch it.
Okay. Usually we would ask more, but we have a lot of people as well. And we want to get through now the strongly disagree side on why you think pineapples are eating our tongue when they consume them. Why
I
do
should
you
have been
think?
on that side.
Why do you think they say
okay
that?
to be an
We'll start
imposter.
with you, Haster.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a feeling that when you say that pineapples are eating our tongue, that you consider digestion a part of eating. You don't necessarily separate those.
Is that the breaking down of things? What you all stand over on your strongly agree?
You got about 50% of me.
Oh, you got
Venia got
Venia.
striked.
Nice. Halfway. Well done. And let's
Okay.
see. Kind of for Dawn. Look at that. Okay.
All right. And
Good
now,
talk.
Kibble, what do you? Good catch, Hester, as well. And Kibble, why do you think that they think pineapple's eating their tongue?
Because pineapples are zesty, which is like aesthetic, and it's like putting the stomach acid in your mouth. So the pineapple's eating you.
Did I get anybody?
Basically, yeah, chemistry. Yeah, mine was
Yeah,
chemistry, which is
it kills
kind
off-
of what he said, just didn't.
Yeah.
Literally, your tongue can feel like there's a needle in it. That has happened to me
The
before.
bromelain. The
Yeah.
bromelain eats the
Boring a
protein.
hole. Okay, so you got somebody, Kibble. Donna's mostly down.
Woo.
Woo.
Damn. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
All right.
Very interesting discussion, and from both perspectives. Now, I believe we ask why they're on their side, right? Or we now.
this is where we will say 3, 2, 1, and everybody can move their lines depending on the arguments they've heard here. Even though you haven't heard all the arguments present, just from what you have heard, has somebody swayed you one direction or the other?
Yes, as you said, we'll be migrating now from the opinions of everyone who has gone about why pineapples are or aren't eating our tongue when we consume them. So now we will start to spread out from our perspectives and see what has changed from this conversation in migration. So now, on the count of 3, we will shift places and see who moves.
If
the
somebody
farthest.
swayed you. If they didn't, then stay where you are.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Is this a time where I go back?
Is it you
This
can
is-
switch sides
you,
if you
you
want?
make a decision.
Yep.
I think so.
Okay, I'm right here.
Nice.
Oh.
Carl's just like way further back.
Yeah, Carl went from strongly disagree to mildly there's no term for it, but the middle part of agree.
Disagreeing too. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
one thing about this post-move thing, Theo, is oftentimes this is the part where you start to bring up and open the discussion a little bit, but you got to be careful about time limits, right? So it might be worth asking, since the move is now asking people who moved the most, you might want to set a new precedent now that opens up their willingness for discussion.
What's an example of that, Vinny?
You can do that?
Yeah.
Do you mean saying just asking the people who moved the most why they moved, or are you saying ask people who didn't
Yeah.
move why they didn't move?
Yeah, so people who moved, what's the reason why they moved, right? Except that you could say, I'm curious about this specific thing. So this is where open questions as opposed to closed questions are important.
So yeah, you were
Okay.
you were selecting Kibble before, so you can just say, Kibble, what made you move?
Oh, Kibble did move.
Oh, never mind. You were selecting Carl. Carl, why did you move?
Yeah, Carl moved the. It was to remember. It was Venia, Venia, Zert, Gagaligan, and Cahooligan, Carl. I think that's everybody who's moved the farthest. And
Pro
so we'll
moved.
start with
Pro moved.
What? No, I've always been here.
Pro moved
yeah,
from way over
Pro.
there to the right
Yeah.
to the right place.
Wait, that's right. Pro did move, right?
Mhm.
I
It's about-
did.
Sneaky.
Right. So we'll start with Vinia. Why did you move over?
Yeah, I was swayed by the natural, I guess, food chain of humans. The idea that pineapples are autotrophic means they don't really digest so much as simply collect chemicals, but we are breaking it down and we're the dominant beast. So obviously it's impossible for them to have consumed us. And the reason why I thought this was it expanded to other acidic foods, and then it expanded to like meats. So is the hot sauce eating us? That doesn't sound right. It's just a chemical thing. So just because pineapples are autotrophic doesn't really mean that they are making a choice to digest us. And that's kind of what got me.
Okay. Yeah. That's a very interesting dilemma, right? What are the pineapples are not sentient too, right? And so we'll, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. And now we can move on with Hooligan as well. Why you moved?
Yeah, I just moved over slightly because semantics sort of came up in a way, right? And so, yeah, no, the pineapple is not necessarily eating us, it is dissolving us. And so, but we, at that point in digestion, are eating the pineapple, as in, like, chewing and whatnot. Right? The dissolving happens later, right? But, yeah, so let's get nitpicky and get into semantics. I love it.
Absolutely. That's always a fun statement when it comes to conversations into the antics of a pineapple. So it's very good to hear your point. And Zert, you're happy with your placement?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm on the right side. Okay.
So you moved drastically as well, right?
Yeah, I think I was on the wrong side, but
I got that. Hey, you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then we'll now go and ask Carl and Proactive, who moved the farthest as well. So Carl, you moved from disagree to agree. What made you change your stance?
And typically, I think I am pretty kind of pedantic, and kind of the things that they're saying why they moved over there, like that all rings true. But like on that note, I kind of just realized that like eat is kind of just a sentence, or it has multiple definitions. Like if I threw a metal bar into a bucket of acid, I would say it's eating it. So the actual acidic reaction of it, like eroding the material, I would call that eating. So I went ahead and said, that works for me. I'll come over here.
Defining the wording in which the comment has its points. It's very good, Carl. Venya, you can't move back. I'm sorry.
Aw.
I know. I'm like, wow. I think
were
if we
I on the
pulled
other
again,
side, I would have been hit for that.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh
you're way over
no,
there.
we're losing you.
And then,
Bye, Gahooligan.
and then oh.
Bye,
There you go again.
Bye-bye. Cahugan.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
And then we have Proactive on why you moved the farthest as well.
I moved the farthest not for pineapples, but because I heard someone needed support for cottage cheese.
That's wonderful. That's so good.
It is a fantastic food. You all need to eat more of it.
Cottage cheese with pineapple. I'll have to take your word on that
Oh,
next
that's
time
the
I ever.
only way I can eat cottage cheese. Yeah. Otherwise, it does eat my
Sounds
tongue.
gross, but it's delicious.
Oh, it's so good. Yes.
So we'll be ending this, and we'll be also welcoming Teacup, who will be joining us
Yay,
for the
Teacup!
next event.
Welcome. Hello, hello.
And I'll be stepping down with Lau taking
all
charge
give-
of the next question.
Let's all give Theo emojis. Thank you, Theo.
Yay!
Done.
So Proactive, if you as
Yeah.
as our MC want to come back up, and this is a time for you to go back to that same formula, set precedent, and build momentum. And a big
Yeah.
part of that is now increasing your size again. And what this does is it basically states, yes, I am taking the stage. And Theo, since you're coming off the stage, you can use size in order to signify that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel like I just joined a cult?
A cult?
Oh my. You know,
the pineapple.
Hail the pros.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
nice. How quickly it goes there.
Oh.
Maybe
So everyone's
unculting
back to
looks the
neutral.
same way as culting in the beginning.
Yes. Everyone there?
All right.
Let's get
Carl,
on
you
neutral.
standing aside.
I was being on deck.
Huh?
All right.
So what we'll do
Okay.
now is you sum up what happened, reflective listening, and we call this reflecting. And then you'll just want to translate that into our next event and then set precedent by introducing the next person. Just those three
Reflective
things.
listening.
Reflect, sum up, move on.
Okay. So the reflection would be the question on pineapples and pizza. Not pizza.
That
is
was
a
a
Pineapples
different
eating
one.
your
Word
tongue.
for that.
That was our first street epistemology was pineapples and pizza. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
fantastic combo. But we had that
Oh, don't get it
summary.
started.
It was a little silly, a little scientific. It was wonderful. And I suppose we just learned that we don't take ourselves too seriously when it comes to that question. No one was too aggressive about it in any unnecessary way.
I mean,
And
I was just restrained.
We had a lot of ease stepping into each other's
somebody
shoes.
said they would die for humanity when the War of Pineapples happened, but otherwise it was totally mild. Yeah.
okay, before I transition to the next individual in question, did I miss a step?
Nope.
Oh, no.
You did perfectly. So there was your reflect and your sum up. And what's next?
By
Now we
midnight.
introduce a new individual, Lau.
Setting new
You're going
precedent.
to-
Perfect.
Yes, tell us about the question. And tell me and everyone where to go.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's
So
a good session now.
proactive as the
So-
MC, you're off stage again.
Perfect.
And Lau, go.
Yay.
Okay.
Go practice.
Set
So our
precedent,
second
build
question
momentum.
will be starting now.
Mhm.
Our second question will be all VR and AR glasses should be called goggles. We're not calling them glasses anymore. This is not that epic, maybe. What is your opinion? So everyone, back to neutral.
Perfect. Thank you for resetting the room.
Reset.
Not sure if Serge is here. Maybe not. Okay, so 3. Okay, I'm gonna count to 3, and we are gonna move on our line. The left side is agree. The right side is disagree. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Everyone move.
And also,
And remember,
because we
if you don't have an opinion, you can pretend to have one.
Yeah. So we didn't explain this at the beginning, but this is actually part of the norms. It's okay to be an imposter. In fact, we encourage it. Try to pick an opinion you wouldn't normally hold. Just don't tell us it's something you wouldn't normally hold. And the stronger you put yourself on that line and the closer you are to the front, the more likely you are to be called on. So we started doing that today because we have so many people. So if you are ready to speak first, go ahead and put yourself at the front of the line. And if you're not, go ahead and put yourself further back. And the more extreme lines are going to be picked just because of the time shortage. So you can pick wherever you want to be, but know if you're on the more extreme, you're more likely to get to speak.
I gotta keep rereading all we call goggles.
Just want to make sure everyone is settled in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna start with the side first, which is the agree side. We're gonna guess why did they disagree on not calling.
I don't see it.
Sorry.
Turn it off.
Yeah, they're not calling our glasses in goggles, as in AR and VR goggles. Agree. Anyone on the agree side want to take a guess? On the other side.
Throwing it to everyone.
Well, I think they're on the disagree side because glasses is something you wear on your face, so it allows you to see through whatever you're looking at.
Okay.
It is glasses because it is help us to look instead of covering our whole face, I guess. Because we cannot look through. I mean, you can, but you cannot really look through when you're using VR.
So what I'm hearing is it matches the definition of goggles and it matches the definition of glasses, and therefore it works. Is that what your presumption is?
More of that, because it's more around their eyes, that it's more like glasses to
I
see and.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's making you see something instead of making you see better.
Okay. Is that why I'm over here?
Okay, we try it.
Is anybody over here for that reason?
Okay.
No? I like that argument,
It's
but
okay.
I'm not. Is Armani here for that?
That was a solid one.
Quite there.
Okay.
Medium?
And go with Mary and then Carl next.
Well, see, they're made of glass, so I think glasses are more accurate. Talking technically.
Yeah, I would say 25% on that one for me. Not for anybody else. Okay.
Okay, how can you next?
I think they think goggles as opposed to glasses or headset sounds silly, and they don't like fun.
I don't like fun.
Wow. Oh, you just killed me. I'm gonna die now because you got it. I hate fun. Where's my death emoji?
Yeah.
Totally
not.
Yeah.
One of the
Fun doesn't die.
Yeah.
Wow, one of the things about that is you might want to look at that as a reflective statement because it is funny and amusing, but there could be a sense of extremism there. So what you can do is you can reflect, reflective listening in order to bring that into perhaps a more neutral phrasing while still retaining its essence. Do you want to try?
Confrontational.
Spicy.
I've heard that. And it is a neutralizing the fun side of the words.
And that's a value, right?
Yeah. Do you want an example, Lau?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's pretend that my value is calling things what they are. Let's pretend I'm a librarian. And I'm like, hey, don't put the novels next to the documentary, videos and call those the same thing. So I might be really attached to labels. It's not that I don't value fun, but you could say, oh, well, do you just really value making sure we call things what they are? And these are two different kinds of glasses. Instead of saying, oh, hey, you, does that mean you don't love fun? When you're emphasizing that part, it's putting me into an extreme defensive position, although I took that on jokingly. And I was like, I hate fun. That's my reason. You killed me. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So,
All right, let's
okay,
continue.
we're gonna continue. Okay, so do Proactive have any idea on it? Take a guess.
I do. I need to reread this though, because my memory is questionable. All VR and AR glasses should be called goggles. You are all in disagreement, correct?
Strongly disagreement over here.
Strongly.
Yes.
Well, goggles are not typically as fashionable as glasses, so you're likely there because you're all wonderfully fashionable.
Mm.
Hey.
Did we get anybody? No?
Oh, darn.
Oh, wait, you got somebody. You got Dawn. Direct hit.
Kind of, like mostly there.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. Okay. So, does anyone wanna talk about their reasons? That is not revealed yet.
Yeah. What did they miss about us? Armani will?
Yeah, our money can go.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go with Bunny.
Bunny has her hand raised too. Armani first, and then Bunny.
Okay. Yeah. For me, it's like, the glasses already exist, and so by calling them goggles, we're invalidating that they exist and that more of them are coming. So it's kind of misses the point of, goggles. They won't exist here pretty soon. So, it kind of misses the point. At least to me. So, yeah.
Huh. Did we lose Lau? Oh, there's Lau.
You're valid.
I might need help in the reflecting listening.
Yeah. What I hear there is that everything's transitioning towards like AR glasses eventually. And so calling them goggles is just making it more separate than where it's headed. It's headed towards being indistinguishable between real glasses, all of our immersive reality experiences.
Yeah, they some already exist in research labs. They're already here, so to call them goggles would be, invalidating the research that already is set there and they exist.
Yeah, nice. That's a good point. Huh. Who else? I just hate fun, so
Okay,
you really
so
did
Bunny?
get me there. So yeah, who else? Bunny.
So Bunny can go next.
I don't think that they should be called goggles because goggles are a form of eyewear protection, and these are definitely not eyewear protection. If anything, I might put an eye out when I run into my wall. And glasses are glasses because they help you see better. And although these can help you see better, they are so far away from the shape of glasses, it's insane. So that is why I am here.
Should all be called bricks. Yeah.
Right, toaster. It's my toaster on my face. And it is so toast in my eyes right now.
Thingamajig.
Pretty sure it might induce wrinkles. So all you 20-year-olds, you're going to look like you're 82 by the time you're 36.
All right, yeah, so it wasn't the goggles.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, instead of helping you to look better on protagonize, they are just letting you heading to the walls. Got
We're
it.
also going to be all parts of a class action lawsuit called Technic, and it's going to be for our crumbling spines someday. So I'm the
Not
first to
me.
sign up on
I hold
that.
my cell phone up here when I use it.
Nice. Well,
Yeah, but the free money. Think of
just join anyways.
yeah,
Think
the
of the
free money.
owies. No, but that comes
Nice.
with owies. No, I don't. I
Does.
don't
Well,
need
you
any
could
more
fake
owies.
an owie. I mean, like that's.
Yeah, just draw the wrinkles.
I have too many real owies.
Okay.
Draw the wrinkles.
Okay. So we're gonna go for the last one, which is one deer. We missed one deer. Please tell us your opinion.
They're called AR glasses, not goggles already. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, they are glasses, not goggles. There's a reason why they're called glasses and not goggles. So.
Okay.
I mean, they are glasses. I mean, they're called glasses. They're not called goggles. I mean, because they're glasses.
Okay. There you go.
You should lump AR and VR together.
So Lau, one of the things about that is it can seem like a very simple statement, but it also digs in, right? So perhaps it's a good idea just simply, and this is one of the simplest questions to really dig in, right? Is I'm curious, can you go deeper into that?
Okay, yeah, sure. One deer, I am. Can I know
give an
more about
example.
the idea behind it?
So I can use these colors here as an example. So there's this shade of blue and this slightly lighter shade of blue. This one is more, I guess, common or socially, I guess, used. And so we're basically calling these two the same shade of blue, even though they're completely different. It's kind of that. Again, it goes back
So
to what
basically,
Bunny
we are
said. That, like,
mixing up the tags.
Yes, because like glasses are glasses and goggles are goggles.
Although sometimes goggles can be glasses.
Damn.
Because you can put your prescription in your goggles.
But they want to make it glasses, isn't it?
No.
Bunny just put a
Exactly.
kink in our argument here a little bit.
A little bit of a
Do
wrench in the plan.
you see though
They're
how
still goggles though. They're still
just
goggles.
asking
though.
about the curiosity suddenly caused more conversation? It's just perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bunny.
Okay. For the times, for the time, we're gonna move on
What is that
and
noise?
we're gonna switch
I
places.
think that's
So,
Zert.
we-
Do you mind muting yourself?
Sorry, I was turning off my AC.
It's okay. I need to do that soon too. No worries.
Yeah, that's out there.
Lau?
Okay, so this is a time for us to switch side. Not switch side. To switch the guesses. So you want to guess them? Why are they on the agree side? For those who are on the disagree section, do any of you have any idea why they are there? You can go first.
They are part of a secret society that likes to simplify things and make one thing for many things called the same. So they just might be simplists, is what I'm going to call that secret society. And they just want a uniform name. Like Mary was just saying, goggles describes all of the things we wear as lenses. Ooh, I got
Simps.
25%. Simps. You're all simps. That's right. Did I get
Are
it?
you sure you didn't mean simpleton?
Simpletons.
Oh.
No, they're
Is
simps.
is
'Cause they
simpleton?
simplify simpleton down to simps because they want to make
Oh,
it
that's
simple.
true.
Oh, yeah.
10%
I
even in
haven't heard
the
back from the
The
I haven't heard
Society
back from the society in a while, but
of Simpletons.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it like there's lots of different things that are dongles, and those as a group are called dongles.
Yeah, I
If I
agree
was
with the
writing an article
dongles.
about
Simple
VR
society.
devices, I'd call them all VR goggles.
Yeah. So did I get you, Carl?
One
Was
simple
that
word.
admission of a
Yeah,
hit?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Carl is the representative of the VR version of Simpletons. Okay. I got it.
So
Okay.
Yep. Loud.
Okay, so do any of okay, that's a hand wave there, Kristen. You can go first.
Oh, and Armani next.
I'll go after. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Go ahead. Go.
Going off of Hayes' argument, they think that cool things aren't as good as fun sounding things instead. So, like, instead of calling it like an HMD or head-mounted display, calling them goggles makes them sound more whimsical and wacky. And that makes it more fun whenever you put on the headset versus like, yeah, let me strap on my HMD and jack in, because then you sound like a cyberpunk. And that doesn't, it sounds like you're going more for like a serious approach rather than having fun.
And yeah, that's lovely. I also just want to point out what Vinny is saying, because that's really interesting. And what I did there is I labeled you as a much deeper ascription to this than is really true as my throwing shade. You picked it up, but that isn't necessarily, you might have values that are different than mine that don't have to do with what I said. So it's a good point, Vinny.
Yeah, we both kind of did that same thing where
Throwing
we
shades.
were like, sure,
Goggles,
whatever,
glasses.
what's the big deal? And then highlighted the thing we actually agreed with.
That's so good. I love it. Yes, I was throwing shades, not shade. Monocles, exactly.
All right.
Okay, did I got anyone there?
Crescents. Okay.
So Lau, what do you
Yeah.
think is one main reason why we may have responded as we did to that? Is it worth maybe doing a rephrase there? And why?
For what? Which one, Vinny?
For our responses to that question.
To Dawn?
Or rather lack thereof. Yeah.
No, like similarly to how mine was, we kind of lobbed similar bombs, but we also both kind of grabbed and diffused the problematic part. But asking if Lau, wanted to kind of highlight and maybe point out how you could rephrase that
Change that
statement
question.
without-
Yeah, the statement.
Yeah.
Huh. Does that make sense, Lau?
And this harkens back to the class.
Yeah, that this makes sense.
Why don't we move on to Armani since we're getting at the end of the hour here?
Sure. Yeah, I'll just say it's kind of repeating what 99 what you said earlier. It's goggles are what we have now. They look like them. They don't look like glasses. They're chunky, and they don't look anywhere near the glasses we typically think about. So that's why I agree. In reference to the VR, the tech, and that the marketing of these companies are, even though they're trying not to call them glasses. They're trying not to call them goggles, they still are right now.
75% hit.
Okay.
Oh,
A little
Theo's
bit on
also.
my side.
That got to you.
That was a good one, Armani. Yeah. We partially got it.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the last one. I think Bunny has some guesses she wants to make.
One word: familiarity.
Oh.
How many people have actually put goggles on? Hit. There you go. We need to give you like a battleship, broken ship award when you get somebody like that. You can take a little picture.
The little achievement pop out.
Exactly. Naturally evolving Often we like to pick more common concepts that already exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Common also
Mine's-
sells a lot easier.
Mhm.
Familiarity.
Mine was kind of because like dreams are kind of like a pool, and I thought VR goggles it's kind of like a pool.
That's interesting.
That's super interesting.
Okay, I believe that partially heard somebody else and fully success on Vania and Theo. So does anyone else wanna explain the reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mary can go first.
So mine is kind of the inverse of the reason of goggles are for protection, whereas glasses are for vision, which is a valid way of looking at it. But I think of glasses as for serious things, and goggles are for fun things. So, like, based on the sound of the word goggles, I mean, for example, which name is better, cookies or biscuits? Cookies, right? So for VR,
Depends.
Wow, I think
Depends,
you're
yeah,
kind of
depends,
betraying your
actually.
country, Mary. Like that's a
Biscuits for
problem
anyone.
for your
Or
citizenship to be making that argument.
no, I'll concede it. Cookies are the better word.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But so are goggles.
It's just the better word. Meta needs to steal another word.
It's more fun.
Goggles, not headsets. Biscuits.
I'm gonna call it a biscuit from now on.
Biscuits.
Kind of nervous with the timers,
Gravy.
so I guess not.
I'm gonna have to charge my biscuit in a little bit.
Let's just call them
charge my
biscuits.
biscuit.
Wow, that can mean anything.
I think that really resonates with me because in America, we actually have a phrase that's specifically called "we're moving into risky biscuits territory." And it kind of goes back to biscuits and gravy, where it's like, all right, it can be a little bit risky to eat biscuits and gravy because there's a lot there that can mess with digestion, right? So oftentimes we use risky biscuits as a way of saying, ooh, ouch, maybe reconsider that. So in some cases, it can actually be used seriously in biscuits, but cookies don't really have an ascribed phrase similar to risky biscuits.
I'm gonna crumble your cookie.
Oh, snap.
So funny.
All cookies from this website.
I think Limp Bizkit has a song about that. If I remember correctly.
That's a good point.
Okay.
That's a very good point.
This is getting a little in the biscuit tangent realms. Let's bring it back. Bring it back. It's good.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Lau didn't
I'm gonna
intervene
pull it
there,
back
right?
to the-
Let us explore it.
Yeah.
That was your decision, right, Lau? Let us explore it or rein it in.
It just happens naturally, so I do not want to stop it and interrupt it.
There you go. Yep,
Okay.
facilitation style.
So, if there's any other people who want to explain their reasons, we might want to make a quick.
Looks like Haster
Okay.
raised their emojis.
Yeah, sure. Hester, you can go.
My thing with it was that glasses don't totally encapsulate your eyes, whereas you have goggles like where you swim with them, they make a seal. If you have a lot of safety glasses that I've worked with will like come up above your eyebrows and go underneath your eyes and keep contact with your skin. I feel like VR glasses do that. And whereas if you have regular glasses, like I wear glasses too, there's actually like space for airflow. And so I feel like goggles is more accurate for the anatomy of it.
I love
It
it
physically
when
suits the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No.
No, I'm just saying it physically suits like the description as a goggles instead of the glasses,
Mm-hmm.
which is not covering half of our face.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the mixed reality glasses are going to be called goggles, and then we'll all be right.
No,
Okay,
they'll
so
become
I just
contacts.
Contacts, nice.
I just want to
Eventually,
make sure
they'll all
about one
become
thing.
contacts. That's right.
If we are gonna discuss the third topic now, we need to
Yeah.
skip the switching sides
Well, let's
because of the
do
time.
it, but we're not going to explain it, and then we're going to switch. So let's see what this
Okay.
switch is. Yeah.
AI eyes.
Okay, so we're gonna switch now.
AIs.
In 3, 2, 1, we're gonna move or stay.
Okay. So we're moving. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Prematurely. I just heard we're moving.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
It seems like
Curious.
there's not much people who moved.
Yeah, Curious got
teacups.
recruited.
We just did the countdown in the switch just now.
Yes.
Okay.
We're about to switch to the other question. Okay, well, if we're not going to do this part, then but I'm so curious about Curious moving so far. But we can switch. We can switch. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, perhaps Curious can type it out.
Quick.
Yeah, maybe you can share in our chat.
works too.
Yeah, that
Curious.
will work too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I was
so,
just saying.
Okay.
hearts to allow. Proactive. You get to jump back up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Once I
practice,
navigate
come back
this
and-
wonderful thing.
No.
Oh goodness.
Oh. Proactive is immobilized. Lots of hearts to you, Lau. Oh, nice.
I tend not to touch that dial too often.
Understand.
Okay, so we all learned about our love or dislike of glasses and goggles and how we view them. It was nice to hear a safety version of it. That's where my mind was going as well, only in a more comical way. But yeah, it's great that you all had that experience. And again, thank you, Lau. Now, transitioning into our third question. And who volunteered for that again? I had forgotten.
That was me.
All right, Carl. You're going to tell us
Serious.
about why cigarettes should be banned.
Or help us tell you. Or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have zero opinion on the matter. I quit smoking 5 years ago, but I also
Congratulations.
enjoy standing around them and the smell times. But all that aside, we've seen the pattern 3 times here now. So if everybody would move to neutral, the statement again is cigarettes should be banned worldwide. That's a large statement for number 3 here. It can be controversial.
Do you want to go get Almighty Kibble, or should I?
Kibble. Where's Kibble?
On
I
this
can grab 'em.
side,
I'm over
we have
here.
agreement. On this
Oh,
side,
someone was here?
we have disagreement.
Yeah, someone we were hanging out with earlier that we invited this way.
And I am going to count down in a moment, and you will choose a side. So, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, move.
Clap. So we're playing the street epistemology. Sorry, I'm so tiny I can't see where I'm going.
Very polarizing.
Wow. This is so
We have one
polarized.
neutral party
We're doing
and almost everyone. So again, maybe reshuffle a little bit if you're reconsidering your willingness to talk and where you voted on the line. Those up at the front are
Wow.
likely to be called upon.
This is a great time
all
to
right.
practice course stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're at the front of the line, as Carl mentioned, you're going to be the first one to be called on. So make sure that that's the spot you want to be in. And if you want to be closer to the front, please move closer to the front.
Oh, do I be small?
All right.
I gotta be small.
Yep, tiny.
Yeah, it makes it a little more easy for everyone to move around each other and hear each other.
All right.
All right, so the statement here, just so you know, and you're going to run and land on a line, is cigarettes should be banned worldwide, and The close side to you is the agree side, and the far side is the disagree side. The extremes are strongly. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to call on folks, but try to keep your prediction for the other side to like a sentence or two on just, if they could summarize their statement, how would they put it, So we got a good amount of folks on each side, so a little narrower targets on the right, so we'll go starting on the left. So Haster, I'm going to ask you first. Why do you think George or Bunny or Kibble might be saying cigarettes should be banned worldwide?
I have a feeling it has a lot to do with autonomy and a value of lack of intervention by higher powers.
Okay, so the idea that the it is something that's necessary, but we
Second, I
can't
thought I was on the wrong line.
rely on the individuals to do we need the intervention of the higher powers to make it happen.
And just acknowledging Almighty's here. Welcome. Benny, I just wrote you a welcome over there also.
Yep. And another person to join in on neutral. Some camaraderie there.
Mm-hmm.
So did that hit for anybody over on the agreement side that I see Kibble bouncing around. We need that intervention from the higher powers to make it happen. People aren't going to do it on their own. All right, so One Deer, you have a...
I just realized I'm on the wrong side.
Oh, okay.
really?
I was wondering.
I'm so
'cause
sorry.
I felt like yours
I'm
was.
so sorry.
Yeah, I was really confused. Okay.
Yeah, I was too. That's why I went up and checked that I was right on the
Right,
proper
yeah.
line.
And I spun it to where Kibble agreed with it, so, okay. So,
Kibble, you might need to go to the other side. Okay.
or I'm just good at, fit.
Yeah, seeing both polarities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for helping me, Carl.
Well, we'll go to One Deer then. Do you have an idea why these folks over here agree that it should be banned again? Decided
Because it's a general
worldwide.
health hazard to those that do it and those around them.
Receiving end.
So health
Yeah.
reasons to not just the individual but the people around them.
Mm.
That hit for anyone over here?
Yeah, I would say that's
Yeah.
a direct hit on me. I will
Pretty
die
much
for
it.
that one. Ironically. My emojis.
Mostly yes. So yeah, I think that's a pretty big clear reason for a lot of people. Probably they ain't good for you pretty provably. Cancer, all that sort of thing. So Lau, I see the hand up there. You got something ready to fire?
Okay, yeah. For myself, I think it's more of a education side and also economy side. So just basically mess up your economy plan, your financial plan, while also having your future generations to be in a risk of addiction.
Mm.
Like the healthcare cost to the economy, that sort of thing.
Mm. Mm.
Not so much the impact on the individual, but the collective results that it has on the society.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can be killed twice, but yeah, that's another hit. Double dead.
Depends on if the
That
defibrillator
was
works
my
or not.
secondary reason.
Oh,
The strain on the
okay.
healthcare system, but not my primary reason. Not the reason I ran here as fast as I could.
Mm.
Okay. I see Teacups has the hand up too. And you think you got something that hasn't been land over
They
here
think
that hasn't
it's
been mentioned?
stinky.
Yes! Oh! Yes!
It's stinky.
Disgusting. It smells gross. I gotta smell it on you. It wafts through the air. It dirties the walls. It leaves like 5,000 chemicals everywhere. Ugh.
I know it.
Damn, Teacup.
You got it, Teacups.
You blew this one up like a nuclear bomb. Well done.
Oh, I am
We have
conditioned
any
from
reasons
childhood
over
to
here
hate
that
cigarettes.
haven't been
Mm.
mentioned just by like a
Continue.
show of hands, not necessarily
So-
shouting them out.
Carl, real quick. Do you want to? So this is one of those big things about class, right? Where there was a big emotional response attached to that logic, right? So it may be worth rephrasing and looking at the underlying feelings and the underlying values to those arguments.
100%. It's just selfish. I don't want to fucking smell that shit.
Yeah, I did consider, because it doesn't really feel emotional as much as, visceral, where it's a thing that's kind of hard to say.
So her value is her nose. Disgust.
Yeah, you can't. I don't see a way of being like.
And the chemicals. I don't want those chemicals in my system.
Yeah.
Parents that are conscientious smokers and smoke only outside their house, only outside their car, their children have all the chemicals in their bloodstream still. Simple fucking common contact from what's on the parents' hands and surface area of their clothing and skin.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Whoa, what's that emoji, Lau? That's cool. Boom.
All right, were there any reasons on the side that weren't mentioned? Before we go asking for more, you do have some, Crescent? Okay. Anybody got any more guesses that they can think of that haven't been covered before we go ahead and let them explain over there?
You could just vape instead.
Yeah, exactly. But we are talking about cigarettes.
Well, that could be a reason, though, that if we've presented a lot of reasons that, it may be societally becoming a lot less acceptable than it was. So, with there being alternatives available, some people might consider that a reason.
Okay.
That hit for anyone? No, Crescent?
Pro?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and...
What?
No.
Pro, where you also had a reason in the pocket?
Did they all hit the right reason on my end? Was that the question?
That you
Yeah,
could
absolutely.
vape instead.
Okay.
Vape? Oh, vaping. My goodness, no. No, you should not vape. It should be a assisting device to help stop smoking. I do not believe vaping should be its own thing, but I'll drop that. That's not the topic.
Yeah, that's a hard disagree. So, Crescent, did you want to go ahead and tell us your reason then that you were still holding on to?
Yeah. So this one comes more from like a work environment setting. So in the environments that I'm usually working in, smoking isn't explicitly prohibited. However, due to misjudgment of several people who don't really know any better, they light up a cigarette and things tend to explode or get contaminated, so on and so forth. And you would think like they'd have regulation to avoid that, but no, that's not a very common thing out here. So like for me, it's a matter of principle of, for everyone's safety, maybe don't smoke around heavy equipment or machinery that could go boom.
That could go boom.
It's like for me, that's the biggest one.
More direct safety reasons. That's
yes.
Good. Okay. Well, you're right there at the front of the line, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it around and let you guess first at why our folks over here might disagree with the idea that cigarettes should be banned worldwide.
Sometimes it makes you look cool, and sometimes it smells really good if it's also accompanied by a coffee. Very occasionally, and very rarely.
We could summarize that as aesthetic reasons.
Yes.
That hit for anybody?
No. Okay.
I'm gonna break rules and say I'm supposed to be impartial with that. That's
Oh, you kind of got Armani a little bit. Aesthetics. Okay.
Okay. A little bit. Yeah, a little Armani representing over there. Okay.
Oh, Kibble's got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're over there because cigarettes can bring comfort to people, even though it hurts some. You outweigh the comfort.
That's
the comfort outweighs the dangers.
Yeah, I've heard people get less stress.
That's a
You
hit
got
for me.
You got Teacup
Teacups.
and Theo. and sort of our money. Okay. Barely 5%. Wow.
Ooh, 5. Okay.
But
So, I mean,
still, you know that
glancing
percentile.
blow.
That's amazing.
Very precise self-awareness. All right. Anybody else over here want to take any guesses?
I'll take a guess.
Hey, I see a wing up.
Oh, proactive is more clear than me. So go ahead, proactive.
Oh, well, thank you. I believe some of them are there due to choice and freedom. People shouldn't be told to not smoke or not do things. They just should have the choice, regardless of what it may be. In this case, it's cigarettes.
And I think that pretty much echoes what Haster was saying earlier.
Yeah, that was
about personal freedoms.
Over
Okay.
50%. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was 100 for me.
Ooh, correct hit. Well done. Not a great hit, but
There's still a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm
I
not standing anymore. I'm pretty much done.
teacup is totally shattered. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give 15%. Wow. So we got about 20 on Sisanix.
I'm looking for one more thing. Yeah.
All right, Armani's still got something they're holding on to. Heya's still got a guess over here. So
Yeah, and then we're gonna need to move on in a little bit here, but I hypothesize that you are all secretly smoking right now, and that's why you're over there.
Ooh, busted.
Ooh, big identity obscursion.
They're all French.
How should we handle that?
I hate
Smoking?
smoking, actually.
Yeah.
I hate
Okay.
cigarettes.
Oh no, I didn't get anybody. Oh, that was such an easy shade to throw. Oh.
So, Carl, what should we do with that?
Yeah, and I think it's important to point out that many folks who have the knowledge of the dangers of smoking, still find it very difficult to quit and might be strongly on the we should ban them line, to help control their own addiction in a way that they're maybe not able to. So an active smoker could still land anywhere on this line, I think.
Yeah.
What does Bunny have to
Oh, Bunny's got one. Okay, let me go to stop. After the 3, 2, 1.
They all own stock in Big Tobacco. I know it.
Are any of you actually Philip Morris employees? R.J. Reynolds.
Marlboro, anybody? Do you want to switch into a giant cigarette right now? Because that would be an awesome avatar to switch into at this point.
I was surprised none of my avatars had a cigarette.
Yeah.
I was looking through.
Do you know I got irritated by VR fucking smoking?
Actually,
I believe
okay,
it.
this is a
You're
whole
quite
other kind of
passionate.
question, but I
Yeah,
have met
yeah.
2 people in VR who have said they have stopped smoking after coming into VR and being able to smoke into VR. Like they literally were able to wean themselves off of daily smoking because of this. So that's just a weird kink to this
Mine
whole.
wasn't.
That's
Mine
valid.
wasn't as psychological as that, but the just lighting. I was spending so much time in VR and lighting a cigarette with the headset on.
I've heard this. Yeah.
The whole thing.
Hey, you should know, since you're in psychology, that if you have a food craving and you're, let's say, trying to diet and lose weight, you pretend you cut the chocolate cake, you picture it on your fork, you put it in your mouth, you pretend and you think about what it tastes like, you fake chew, you swallow, and you repeat, and then you're not going to eat a chocolate cake. In here, I bet you it'd be even better because you actually can see it.
You can do a lot with visualizing in VR.
Cool. Okay, we should do 3, 2, 1.
Lost 30 pounds while being on VR.
I was just about to say it's time. I think, unless anyone on our strongly disagree side has anything that wasn't mentioned in any capacity that they want to bring up for why they're over here. I see One Deer's got a hand.
And
some typing. I see Armani's got a hand. All right, so One Deer first.
I would say like it's something really hard to ban. Should we not smoke? Absolutely, but like it's not like something you can easily do. First of all, it would just become like you could probably make it illegal, but people still do it. It'd probably create instability. because a lot of people do smoke. They're not a minority as well.
Yeah, I think
And-
maybe you could say historically prohibition hasn't gone very well.
Yes, exactly.
Why is it self-evident that we shouldn't smoke?
Teacup's like, you're not really over here. You're an imposter. I sense you.
Not very good for us, nor are those around
Among
us.
us.
Yeah. And again, any of
Well,
these
like-
things that you're wanting to discuss more deeply, we can always
Move
start
it to the
a
chat.
thread
Yeah.
or continue just a small conversation in the event post for this event.
Good point.
I know Seiza was typing. I see
Seiza?
Venya's got an argument. I'm also an argument for practicality. We have enough trouble getting countries to respect fewer in requirements.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so on that practicality note, the worldwide in there makes that pretty
Pretty
hard
broad.
thing to agree
Yeah.
with.
The UN can't get people to stop shooting each other, so it's very unlikely they're going to get people to stop smoking. Yeah.
Especially considering it's so common and well everywhere.
Yeah.
People just wouldn't stop doing it because they were told to. They would
Yeah.
still do it even if it was illegal. I mean, you can ban something, but doesn't mean people are still gonna do it. Like, still gonna do it.
Definitely got to
Gonna
put
do
a
it.
pin in that one, though. We start talking about the UN, we'll be here all night. So,
Next week's question.
Armani, do you want
another
to bring
UN.
up your reasoning? Did it get mentioned yet?
Love the UN.
You mean me?
Yeah, Armani.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Okay,
One
yeah,
deer.
sorry. Say that
Yeah.
you wanted to type yours in as well. Oh, I thought one deer got you. Were you done yet? I thought you had your reason.
Oh yeah, I'm done. There's just the general idea that it's really.
And Seiza says banning cigarettes is the top of the iceberg. It's not something you'll stop at once you do.
Exactly. It's
You go down that slippery slope, right?
It's something
Yeah.
you I guess you teach a society gradually to stop with it. You don't
that's
really,
interesting.
cut it. It's something gradual.
We technically taught ourselves to smoke, so we could teach ourselves to not.
Right. All right, and then Armani, do you want to let us know
No,
your?
that's what I was going to say, basically.
Okay, nice. All right, so now we're going to 3, 2, 1, and if anyone's opinions have changed, please move to your new line. And Lau says banning is a serious word.
Can I
And
get
it's a pretty
further this way?
extreme statement.
Go to the
Bunny's like,
extreme.
I'd like to
New line.
recruit you to the boat next to the island at this point. This line will be drawn.
Start hunting people down.
And
So
and
we
if you
can
still
say-
disagree, I'm an American. I carry a gun.
Oh God. Okay, did he say 3, 2, 1? Did everybody move? I
Did
didn't.
not.
Okay.
Not yet. Benya, you have something?
I think there's something to be said for the autonomy of nations. That's a practicality argument, yeah. But it is an interesting concern because campaigning in virtual worlds, as Heyu had mentioned, it has allowed people to adapt that opinion. So cultural change could actually make the fact of national autonomy less a problem, which is why I moved closer to agree.
Okay.
We
So,
haven't.
All right, so we haven't asked you to move yet. You're breaking the rules. I'm going to count down.
I thought everyone said 1, 2, 3. That's my bad.
No,
Great
a
job
little bit of
correcting me,
chaos there
Carl.
after the the proposal for a new line, which will never be honored. We have our lines that are set in stone. You must choose one.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, and go. Ooh. All right, we had a lot of movement from the agree side over to the disagree side, and a few
Sorry, Bunny.
staunch folks
Don't
that
hate
didn't
me or
move.
shoot me.
Did anyone move from
Word shame.
disagree towards agree? Don't believe so. Okay, interesting. So,
We know you're a secret smoker.
What are you
the
talking about?
snipers,
I don't know
over
anything.
here.
okay, have one. Everybody light up and get
That's
ready
right.
to explain
my
yourselves.
Bird cigarette out.
All right, so
Should just send a cloud
let's see. I see.
Smoke.
Did anyone move on to strongly disagree that was
Mary?
previously on this side? Because
Did Mary?
Mary? Yeah, I thought so. So Mary, would you want to maybe let us know what brought you all the way over onto this extreme view?
I just remembered I have stock in big tobacco. So, no, I'm just kidding. I don't actually belong here.
I knew it. And Bridge Makers is going to get sponsored. No, kidding.
Oh my god.
Let's start a
I'm an
rumor.
imposter.
Not an imposter. Nice. So you strongly disagree.
Mary's just considering buying vape stock.
Okay.
All right, it's gotten so dense over here. Anyone else that made a move? I think, hey, you probably made the other most extreme move, didn't you?
I did. I think my point is along the lines of forcing people to do things interrupts the behavior but internalizes the need deeper. And so I'm afraid of what would happen in the world if we really did ban that. Basically, we're telling people, you're breathing wrong. And that's a very intimate thing to try to control. So I would put myself in the mildly disagree. I do think some level of collective moderation and consequence, like we already have in the US, is important to actually undo what marketing did, basically, and explain to people the consequence. But I also think way more should be invested in supporting people who are needing to calm down, like implementing mandatory breaks in work and classes so that people can go have a smoke break, but not smoke. They just go be quiet, and there's quiet spaces for people to just go be. Things like that allow people to down-regulate their nervous systems without making that need illegal seems important. So that's just me. Did I recruit
It
someone?
sounds like it was
yes. Yay! Cut
It
someone
sounds like
over.
it was kind of a mixture of multiple of the reasons there too.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think it'll work. My summary.
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of the practicality, but also a little bit the personal autonomy of it all.
Yeah. Just because we are censoring each other with, quote, bad words or whatever doesn't mean we're getting rid of those beliefs. We're just internalizing them and making them into behaviors.
Yeah. So anyone else that made a move to want to volunteer? Because everyone's so clumped now, I'm kind of getting who was
We're
where.
clumped. We're clumped over in the anti-laws against cigarettes.
It's all the smoking.
Yeah, we're having a smoke break. Please hold. Please hold. I think we're good. Are we good? Let's move to our last piece.
Good timing.
Let's all give Carl
20 minutes
emojis.
now.
Yeah. Carl's emojis for facilitating. Thank you, Carl. Woo. Is that the first one you facilitated, Carl?
I volunteered back when you first started asking for volunteers.
Okay.
Were you howling?
So good. Okay.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
I especially appreciated your rephrasings.
Mm-hmm. You rebranded what people are saying in a way, brought us back to our hearts. And I was such an extremist
Right.
today. I'm like a
Proactive.
bad example. Okay.
Proactive. Want to take us out?
Yeah.
I do, and I absolutely loved that one. Lots of people going one way, the other, giving genuine opinions. That was fantastic.
Mhm.
I was quite stubborn, so I should have been more flexible, but we learn. So that is the entirety of our event. We
For
all
this part.
probably learned something about each other for this
Then
part.
the second part is we move over here. We're going to do a lightning
Can we have
round.
proactive try a move on?
Okay. Go for it, Proactive.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, seriously. We're going over there. We're going to do a ball toss around. We're going to let everyone
Ball
know
toss.
how we feel. We'll come over here.
I mean,
Now,
yeah.
one of the important things is we do have limited time, and also we have a really, really big group. So this is one of those moments where we have a phrase in facilitation called "don't expand, diversify." So it might be a good idea now, if you want to increase or improve space, to divide the group into two to allow for extra time. However, this is a bit sensitive, right? Because it's an appreciation game. So consider what that might look like. What is the precedent you want to set?
So for an appreciation game, regardless, everyone's going to appreciate each other. It's just a matter of being practical with time. I don't think anyone's feelings are going to be hurt should we separate them into different groups.
Okay, perfect.
The goal is still going to be the same.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so large chunk of people.
So,
How about... Okay,
Curious,
you take it.
I think you've had a good way of sorting people. Is Curious still here? Where's Curious?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
tiny.
Itty bitty tiny thing.
So Curious, you sorted people by having everybody line up, and then
Yeah.
how do you do that?
All right. Easier when I'm up here. Yeah, just line up, and then
Okay, so
okay,
we're
everyone
gonna
form a
line up
line.
in
So it
front of
looks.
Curious.
Yep, you're already lined up right here.
I found a line over here.
Where's the line?
Get back on the line.
Armani made a great
nope,
anchor.
There's a line right here. We already had a line
Okay,
established.
who's
Get back
line?
over here,
Okay,
George.
Okay, we're lining.
There we go.
But maybe we
Crescent.
could get the two lines
Faster.
that we needed all along.
Oh, true. That's
All right.
true. Big brain.
You guys are in a good spot. All right, and that would be like I
Forming
go
a
for the
coup.
ends. So we'll do Lao. Oh yeah, we're doing two circles, right? Is that what we're
Two
doing?
circles. Yeah, just 2 lines. 2 lines for 2
All
circles.
right. So there's a wheat field over here, and the other side will be over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Carl, I'll have you go over here, and then Pro, I'll have you go to the wheat. Almighty, I'll give you over here where Carl is,
Before I do that...
and then
Over there?
yeah,
Join
go
Carl.
Carl.
Who's Carl?
Right there.
The
So
clown.
Carl,
Follow the clown.
What are you doing?
Posture,
Hey.
go over to the wheat
It's not-
field. Zert, you go over to Carl. Let's see. Mary, go to the wheat field. And then George, go over to where Carl is. Those guys. Croissant, go over to the wheat field. Hey, you can go over to the Armani. Wait, Carl. Yeah, Carl.
Kind of go through conflicting statements and have like co-op arguments, and then after that's all concluded, we're doing just a little circle up kind of out activity where we kind of make sure everybody gets a little bit of appreciation and finish things
All
up.
right.
and say
Do we
goodbye
want to?
and
I thought I would get
Yeah.
to go to the wheat field.
So,
for next
Vanya,
time.
I'm going to
So,
go over to
free
that one
hang out.
since there's no staff over there. Let's put a time
Oh,
limit.
snap! Yeah.
Let's put a time limit on this
How you
one
doing? How you doing,
for
Dolphus?
10 minutes
Fine, how are
maximum.
you?
And then we're going to do a group
Yep.
photo.
Uh-huh.
So 10 minutes maximum.
Can you
I'm gonna go
also-
over there. Okay.
Hey,
We should be pretty mixed.
can you also inform your group right quick that I'd like to just have a quick 2-minute after action review with all class members?
Okay, sure. We'll do that at the photo too.
You will. Thank you.
Hello.
Say something that you appreciate about the individual.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's something serious or something comical, whatever it may be.
We realized we didn't have any staff over here, so to speak, so I'm coming over to this one. Did you set the norms for the appreciation game?
Did I sort you out?
I believe so. Explain the rules, but just in case, how about you reflect them back?
Okay. So the 2 rules to the appreciation game are you appreciate somebody who is least expecting it from you and who will be most surprised to receive it in that moment. Even if you've never done this before, you can appreciate somebody's avatar, the sound of their voice, but we're all helping each other check out here. And so it's like we're throwing a ball of yarn back and forth and trying to get the person who hasn't been recognized yet. So, yeah, and we have about 10 minutes, and then we're going to do a group photo, and anybody in the civil discourse class is being asked to stick around for a few more minutes if possible, so we can do a checkout with Binia. Okay. So the ball is in the middle. It's full of all the energy of our time together, and whoever would like to run and grab it. Oh, look, we already got somebody. Midnight's grabbing it. And who are you going to throw it to, Ball? Midnight. Ooh, bouncing. Who did go to? Haster or Crescent?
Hester. Sorry, I was muted. Didn't realize.
Haster. Catch the ball, Haster.
I appreciate. We were in the other event together where we got to talk for all of about 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And you were very open to just like the first thing you said was, "How can I listen to you today?"
How can I deeply listen to you today?
Yeah, I thought that was very nice.
Wow, that's lovely.
Thank you. Okay, where's this ball emoji at?
You do not have to use the ball emoji. You can throw it with your hands if your hands are working. If they're not, you can jump.
I am on a desktop.
Ah, I see.
I may have thrown it to someone AFK. Oh, no, he's here.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry. I
Stick
was
to
like turning my I didn't realize my cosmetics were off.
Dale, I appreciate all your wonderfully quirky avatars.
Thank you.
That's so true. Yay. Okay,
I'm
Theo,
always
you got the
quirky.
ball. Got it.
All right. I will throw. Sorry, I'm trying to get the thing too. I'll throw it to Lau.
No, catch the ball.
That's not a ball. That's a ball.
My tie.
That is a half ball. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Can we pass a coconut instead?
Coconut. I like it.
Lau,
All
you
right.
did. The facilitating was not easy, but you actually were very headstrong through the practice of those questions, and it was admirable.
That's true. You held solid.
Thank you. Okay, so I just want to throw it to maybe just give it to proactive.
Proactive. Catch the ball. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Ah,
You're cool.
You're
Okay, you're
cool.
next.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
there
you.
anything else there that defines proactive?
No. I like that. That's good. Thank you. I want to end it on a high note. I'm cool.
That's peak right there. Yeah, it's all downhill from there.
It absolutely is. All right, so I've got this wonderful ball. Armani.
Woo, catch the ball.
Toss it to you.
Yeah. Whoa.
Awesome.
It got big in there.
I appreciate how consistent you are when it comes to your speaking and your filming right now. It's always reliable, and I like to know that.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so you're bouncing the ball here.
Dribbling. Yes.
Let's see. Make sure everyone's paying attention here. Pass the ball here. Oh, hang on. Find that emoji. I think you know. You know who I'm tossing to.
Here you go. One deer.
My ball.
I appreciate helping me with my point earlier. I'm glad you got to it before I did.
Nice.
The whole prohibition stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the ball emoji? I'm gonna pass it to. There you.
Oh, yeah! Caught it.
Even though Proactive was technically the host today, I still think you should be appreciated for helping Proactive and guide him, and not just him,
Absolutely.
but everyone else that was kind of taking the spotlight with each question.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I'm like a little mouse. I'm running around and biting your feet, but also like telling you where the cool stuff is. Okay. Yay. Okay, well, I'm going to throw this. Hester, have you gotten the ball? I don't think so.
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah?
from
Oh, you did from the beginning.
midnight.
Okay. It's funny. Has everybody gotten the ball? Who else is here? Oh,
No.
Midnight
Don't
hasn't.
believe.
Hasn't received it.
Yeah.
Nor has
Then
Crescent,
has
I don't
I think
think.
that's
Crescent.
fair, though, actually.
Yeah.
because
Myself.
I kind of had to go in the middle.
Mary.
'cause
Yeah,
I had a
no, thank you.
reaction. I had to deal with
Okay.
that.
So I am going to throw this to Crescent. Crescent!
Yippee!
Catch the ball. You got it. Through space, it landed like little Sputnik. Crescent, I do not remember exactly what you shared, but I remembered when you shared it feeling like the fog lifted for a moment. And I felt a sense of solidness. I was like, wow, that person is on the ground. You are speaking with a lot of clarity.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn to throw the ball. I get a little silly here. Fastball. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
No, that.
Yay. You got it. Oh, there you go. You've got an
There we
ice
go.
ball in
I
your
wanted
hands,
to
Mary.
that I appreciate you bringing up like examples with like for example biscuits, right? In terms of like bringing up like different cultural implications for various things. I think that's very important as well, and I very much appreciate that.
Thank you.
Betrayed your country with the biscuits
Yeah,
thing,
I
but
know.
we loved
that,
it.
that was a hard one to do.
Yeah, and it was streamed and filmed and recorded, so you can't be unquoted there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I caught
Oh,
you.
no.
Now you know why you didn't like cameras.
I might have to move country.
Exactly. We've got cookies over here, so you know you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Cookies and gravy.
All right.
And biscuits.
And I am gonna first of all find the emoji.
Actually, side note, and this is totally irresponsible of me, but I have to go research what biscuits are called in England because seriously, are they cookies?
Pretty sure it's just cookies, yeah.
But like what
so.
biscuits and gravy, like little not bland breaded
The
things.
transition,
Yeah.
yes. Tea biscuits, isn't it?
Depending on what those are, we'd either call them biscuits or crackers.
Oh,
They're
that makes
not
sense.
Crackers. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I derailed.
There's
Keep
also
going.
like flatbreads. Are they called flatbreads? I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
More like a bread, yeah.
Just bread.
Alright. So, I think it's just midnight left.
Midnight and
That's okay though.
no. You get the ball. Is
Well,
that
you
it?
know,
Yeah.
I kind of missed out on part of the event, but
Mm.
No.
Yeah, which ones were you here for? Which questions?
just the first question, and then
Just the
I
first
had to
question.
go. Had to get some
Okay.
water and an anti-inflammatory and things.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being here for the first question. And returning for the
Mhm.
appreciation game.
That's right. Yeah.
It's
You
very nice.
communicated really beautifully today, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
It's hard to leave an event and come back. Okay. Well,
Yes.
we will close it there. We got everybody, I think, right? Yes? Okay. We're going to get a photo here in a minute. I'm going to go check on the other group. You can all get into your poses in front of our sticker here.
And we wouldn't be able to do that without all of you attending this and being flexible and willing to participate. So thank you so much to our attendees.
you got a normal
for
size
doing
or-
that.
Bag
Thank you,
on.
Almighty.
Keep it on.
I need to get
We
the
could be
beanbag.
really
I need to
tiny.
pose with the beanbag. Wait.
They're not done.
Be
Are we
really
all getting
tiny.
tiny?
Hey, you gave
Wait.
us the hand
see.
signal.
Right there, I'm gonna stay in front of you with the beanbag.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Wait. Are you on top of the beanbag? Wait, hold on, let me spin
The
it.
head in the
There you go.
ground.
Make like a tree.
Maybe here?
Run.
Maybe if I start like here.
Like a tree?
That's a good one.
Ever seen one of them running trees? They're horrifying.
So
I know, right? We've got quite a few of those out here. I think they call them skinwalkers.
Oh. Okay, what is our word for today?
Tree.
Cigarettes.
Beach ball.
Cigarettes? Maybe cigarettes is definitely the most
Cigarettes.
extreme part. Cigarettes.
Big smoke.
All right. Cigarettes. Okay, picture taken. Now, what is your advice for anybody watching the stream and thinking, should I come to Straight Epistemology and join them? What do we want to tell them?
Smoke first and then
says
smoke first and then come. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give our viewing audience little emojis to encourage them to come join us. And we will close out our stream there.
Hang on, let me.
That's right. Uh-oh.
I mean, usually you would have a cigarette after that.
That's nice.
There we go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can calm down with cigarettes
Smoke.
after. Okay. Emojis.
I'm gonna go burn down a tobacco building near me. It's gonna really fucking smoke.
Okay, recruitment by Benny there. Yeah, it will smoke royally.
You'll see
Okay,
me in
well,
the news later. Don't worry about it.
thank you to
Just a wild
everybody
hair
who
gone
came.
foul.
Next